Activision has somehow made it even harder for people to get to 999 for PC players. But how? So the old system used to work where if you ever had a crash, no matter the round, when you get back you would have a temp file be created for you to load back into. And when you would load back into that temp file, if you crashed again before save and quitting, you would lose that temp file. But if you completed a round, save and quit, then loaded back in and completed another round, you can then continue to crash and another temp file would be created that you can load back into. But now Activision, intentionally or not, has completely screwed that method up. Now only letting console players enjoy that feature while making the PC players have one crash per game. As if you ever get a second crash, whether you save and quit, do more rounds, or even close out the whole game and join back in, it will not create the second temp file. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So here we see my game. I crashed on round 2. I then loaded back into the game, and here we see the game has created a temp file that I can join back into. So I go and join back in. I complete a round, and now I save and quit. As we can see, we have a save file. So now I load back into that save file, complete another round, and now I should be able to crash and another temp file will be created. And now I crash the game once more. Now, this is where it should create a new temp file for me to load back into. But as you can see, when I load back in, I do not get the temp file pop up. Now, this is currently only an issue for PC players, making it so that if you ever want to get to round 999, either you buy an Xbox or a PS5, gatekeeping a whole platform from being able to participate in the high round challenge. Now, this could just be a temporary issue that might get fixed in the future. But my issue with this is a huge problem like this shouldn't have been able to be shipped in the first place. Let's do a quick thought experiment. Let's say you were a high rounder aiming for the first place on a high round category on a map like Terminus. You've already put in over 100 hours into one game, not to mention all the other failed attempts you've done, and you're around 5 hours away from being done. And albeit high traffic, terrible internet connection, firewalls or ISP problems, you crash. So you load back into the game, play around and save and quit. And all worries disappear, you have a save file. And now you're supposedly good to keep on going. To then get another crash 2 hours in and to load back into your game and to see a temp file not be created. And to make matters worse, your friend had the same problem, but kept it just because of the console he decided to buy BO6 on. Now you can see where this is a problem. Now this is a huge issue and there have been issues like this in the past, but not to this degree. You see, there's always been a slight advantage to go for consoles over PC, as the connections to the servers and the stability of the game is usually far superior, but it usually only ever amounted to specific exploits, lack of glitches, and disconnects, mainly caused over more strict measures that the PC uses, as the networks are more generic while console networks are more simple in design, specifically made for gaming. And on top of firewalls, launchers, and it's understandable that PC would have a harder time with connectivity, and while they are annoying, they were something we just had to deal with. But with this, it's basically making any PC player not be able to go for these high rounds, as what's the chances of in 60 hours of playing a game, you won't crash twice. And my issue with this is a AAA, in quotation mark, game, and one that has been out since October, we're talking around 7 months at this point, and it feels like a game just isn't improving. When it comes to bugs, glitches, and crashes, every patch introducing more and more. And my biggest issue, which I will go into more details when the game fully comes out, is if you're going to make a game fully online, you better make the fucking online work properly, for Christ's sake. Like, come on dude, if the servers don't work properly, and get worse each update, why make the game online only? Well, simply put, money, and that's it. But, get back on topic, this better not be a silent patch they haven't told us about, as they usually do that, and better be a bug that will be fixed in the coming days, as this literally breaks high rounds for a big part of the community. And if this is an intentional thing, this better be reverted before the next map comes out, as the two groups of people currently that are keeping this map alive and relevant are the Easter egg hunters and the high rounders. So for now, until we know a bit more about the situation and get an official statement from Activision, I highly recommend you save and quit your high round game and just stop playing till this matter is resolved, to prevent any game losses that arise from this. And that's it for this video. Links to the guys who helped me out with the footage for the video and the ones who came to me with this info will be in the description, and if I get any information on the topic, I'll be leaving a comment clarifying any mistakes or update on the matter. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. If so, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.